Back to Prometheus, where an underground cave appears to be a spaceship.
What is this? It's a cargo hold.
Inside the spaceship there is a cargo. The black pathogen. In my previous video I had the idea that the cerebellum is alien to our organic body.
The cerebellum communicates with the rest of the nervous system through three large pathways called the cerebellar peduncles, which include the superior, middle, and inferior cerebellar peduncles. When information is sent to the cerebellum, it takes an indirect path to reach extensively branched cells called Purkinje cells.
One of the earliest clues linking the cerebellum to autism came from studying post-mortem autism brains. These brains often show a loss of specialized brain cells known as Purkinje cells, which are responsible for carrying signals out of the cerebellum.
Depending on the study you're looking at, it's 50 to 90% of cases have Purkinje cell, a decrease in the Purkinje cell numbers that, even up to greater than 50% reduction, right? So pretty significant changes.
Known as Purkinje cells, which are responsible for carrying signals out of the cerebellum.
Now science will look for positive properties of the cerebellum. But let's take a look from another angle. In the film Prometheus, the black pathogen is a bioweapon.
You have to stop it! Yannick, if you don't stop it, it won't be your home to go back to. It's carrying death, and it's headed for Earth.
In the movie, the black pathogen is being destroyed. The alien spaceship is heading for Earth. Let's say that our big brain is Earth and our little brain is the alien spaceship, releasing its bioweapon onto Earth. What if the Purkinje cell was the seed of Persephone? Now we are wired. Radiation. In Prometheus you have the spaceship, but you also have the engineer. In the cerebellum you have gray matter, but you also have white matter. The engineer is stepping in a strange machine. Where did we see that before? It's almost like we are seeing a little face. Engineers were believed to have been beneficent creators of sorts who sailed the stars, terraforming primordial celestial bodies and seeding them with the foundations of biological life. Well, you can make that synthetic life. Engineer is holding the word Ankh, like in angel, archangel. The ark, the architect. The Greek hero, the Christ. You have the word Anglo-Saxons. Well, Anglo is easy. But what about Saxons? Well, it dawned on me, if you move the S, you almost have Archons. The angel Archons. Something that is bothering me for a while. Why are they obsessed with the X? You have Planet X, Generation X, Space X, Matter X, the Matrix. You have the Saxons, Wessex, Sussex, Essex, Middlesex. Twitter is now X. You have the X-Men. And of course the X can also be pronounced as the Greek He, Christ. Then I thought, well, X can also be pronounced as eggs. Then you get Planet X, Generation X, Space X, Mother X, the X-Men, or Christ, the eggs of Ra. Now let's go back to our kaleidoscope reality. This means that the same story will repeat itself on another level. So if our brain is being bombarded with Purkinje cells or eggs, could it be possible that our Earth has been bombarded with eggs? Now Radiation Matters mailed me, Wim, you have to look at the story of Osiris Rex. Wasn't there a prediction about a meteorite impact?
September 24th is going to be a historic day. This is NASA's first asteroid sample return mission and the biggest sample return beyond the moon. Shortly before 9 a.m. local time, the Osiris Rex spacecraft carrying precious samples of asteroid Bennu will release the capsule into the atmosphere to lower the samples down to the Utah desert, where scientists are anxiously awaiting the return of these materials.
This story, of course, is filled with Egyptian mythology, Osiris, the Bennu bird. The capsule has the shape of the Benben stone. You have the story of the Bennu bird, the phoenix and the egg. The bell. It's not the first time they give us this story. The Benben stone and the eggs. The supposed moonstones. So we have the Benben stone, the Bennu bird, and you have Osiris Rex, the Ark, the He-Ro. Rex is also He-Ro. Back to the black pathogen of Prometheus. What is that shape on the head of the bird? Or Osiris? Who the hell is Ridley Scott? What's the story? Osiris Rex flies into space and brings back the Benben stone. Because Osiris Rex is bringing back some stones from an asteroid, technically we have had a meteorite impact. We had a meteor strike. Back to the kaleidoscope reality. If there is an arc lying next to our crater, there must be an arc inside our brain. So if we enlarge this kaleidoscope reality, could it be there is also an arc circling our Earth? So for people who know my work, they know that I don't believe in the solar system. So the only place where Osiris could get some rocks would be on the bigger Earth. Or another possibility.
On October 14th, before we
So you have October 14th of 2017. When did Osiris Rex leave our Earth? That is 21 or 22 days. Could it be that this is the scenario? Didn't it all start with a rock? The Bennu bird, the phoenix. The Bennu bird was believed to visit the temple once every 500 years. When the bird was 1461 years old, it burned itself to death. Those affected by the mutation were subject to various violent mutations. Where did we hear that before? The year 0. Was there in history a mutation, a violent bloodline pretending to be holy men? The Christ, the Caesar. Now what would be in the capsule? Are we going to witness the birth of a new genetic deformation? Who the hell is Ridley Scott? Recently I got a mail from Dom from the sheep farm, and he discovered that Uncle Walt and Werner von Braun were from the same bloodline. What a surprise! So I asked him, does that lead you to King John of England, who signed Magna Carta in 1215? Yes, the very one. The parasite gene. Well, you know the story, that all the presidents relate to the same king, King John, who signed the Magna Carta. It is my view that in the Magna Carta we became slaves in the corporation of the Anglo-Saxon maniacs. Magna Carta, the big map, the crater map. John Lackland became owner of the crater. For anyone who noticed it, the psychopathic bloodline has now claimed the bigger Earth. Astra Carta. And also the crater. Terra Carta. It's a story of love and light, pretending to be holy men. Sustainability. They come as holy men, and before you know it, they are chopping off little hands and stealing rubber. So what is sustainability? Sustainability means, how can they stay in their castles while we are living in dirt? How can they keep us in poverty while they have all the money?
I feel very strongly that we have to develop an approach which, by putting nature at the center of the whole process, what profit we make, we have to also make a profit for nature. by putting something back. So my and your children and grandchildren can have some kind of reasonable future. At the moment, we are literally compromising it. We can't go on, now with all the ice cap melting completely. I mean, this is terrifying to me. It always has been. We can't go on. I mean, this is terrifying. We can't go on. What profit we make, we can't go on, now with all the ice cap melting completely. We can't go on. We can't go on. We can't go on. There is life after apparent death from the current conventional approach.